You can celebrate. The Supreme Court has rejected calls to overturn its decision legalizing gay marriage. Same-sex marriage. Same-sex. They don't call it gay. Here we go. Pull it up. All right. Supreme Court rejects call to overturn its decision legalizing same-sex marriages nationwide. They were never going to overturn this. I can't believe this even got brought forth to the Supreme Court. Whenever shit like this happens, it just gives liberals their fear fuel to get more votes. And I'm just telling you, as conservatives, quit trying to push this shit. The gays are going to get married. It is what it is. It does not affect any of our lives if they get married. I do not care. I do not give two double Dutch fucks if the gays marry each other. Don't do it in churches. That would be my only thing. If this Bible says it's a sin, whatever. But really, at the end of the day, I really don't care. Premarital sex is a sin, and I have premarital sex. As I'm guessing everybody in here does or wishes they did. You know, if all sins equal in the eyes of God, we are all going to hell. The purity test is a motherfucker. So I try not to judge what other people are doing. But let's read this real quick. The Supreme Court on Monday rejected a call to overturn its landmark decision that legalized same-sex marriage nationwide. The justices turned away an appeal from Kim Davis. That idiot, that Kim Davis is a fucking embarrassment. The former Kentucky court clerk who refused to issue marriage licenses to same-sex couples after the High Court's 2015 ruling in Obergefell versus Hodges. Davis had been trying to get the court to overturn a lower court order for her to pay $360,000 in damages and attorney fees to a couple denied a marriage license. Her lawyers repeatedly invoked the words of Justice Clarence Thomas, who alone among the 9 justices has called for erasing the same-sex marriage ruling. Thomas was among 4 dissenting justices in 2015. Chief Justice John Roberts and Justice Samuel Alito are the other dissenters who are on the court today. Roberts has been silent on the subject since he wrote a dissenting opinion in the case. Alito has continued to criticize the decision, but he said recently he was not advocating for it to be overturned. Justice Amy Coney Barrett, who was not on the court in 2015, has said that there are times when the court should correct mistakes and overturn decisions, as it did in the 2022 case that ended the constitutional right to abortion. But Barrett has suggested recently same-sex marriage might be in a different category than abortion because people have relied on the decision when they married and had children. Davis drew national attention in Kentucky. She's an idiot. I'm just going to be honest. I'm always honest. I don't know why I say that. I never lie. I say a lot of dumb shit, but I never lie. Look, man, the gay marriage stuff, while I don't agree with it, it ain't getting overturned. But there's a lot of things I don't agree with. But I'm just saying, it's there. I do tend to agree with Rush Limbaugh, the slippery slope stuff. We were told, just let the gays get married and it's all said and done. You know, it'll be fine. They deserve to, have the right to get married so their partner can get their benefits if they die, all that stuff. Man, we went from the gays getting married to drag queen story time mighty quick, didn't we? To transgender, to men pretending to be women playing in women's sports, to men in girls' locker rooms and women's restrooms mighty, mighty quick, didn't we? To getting kicked off of social media for dead naming a transgender person. If you don't know what dead naming is, I'm more embarrassed that I do. But it's when, what's a good example? What's a guy and a girl name that can be real simple? Anyway, just when Bob turns into Bobby with an I. I used to have a good punchline for this rant here, and I can't remember the girls' names. Like when a guy gets a feminine name, but it's real similar to his name. Y'all give me some ideas in the comments here. What are some ideas in the comments? Tyler, you can quit, man. I'm just busting your balls. You know what you were doing. Shit ain't cute, but Just know, I mean, I can fuck back. Get your girl a bigger ring. Anyway, on to the gay shit. They would burn this fucking country down like they did in 2020 if you tried to overturn gay marriage. We have too many gay-based conservatives on our side. We don't need to go alienating them anymore. We don't have to agree with everything. At the end of the day, I don't have to agree with it for you to do it and me mind my own business. On the gay marriage stuff, I'm just gonna mind my own business. It just doesn't bother me. Now, you can Google this. The the people who um what am I trying to say? Oh, it's the divorce rates. High divorce rates. The gays are getting married and immediately getting divorced. And they are also very, very high on the domestic violence shit. So they like to beat the shit out of each other. Imagine that a couple guys get married and like to fight. Is that domestic violence? Does gay domestic violence count the same as like regular domestic violence? Any of my cop friends, can any of my cop friends confirm that? This video's sponsor is the free testosterone screenings at Men's Health in Mississippi. Guys, I was going to read off a bunch of potential symptoms of low testosterone. At the end of the day, if you don't know your testosterone number and you're over 35, stop what you're doing right now. Pull out your phone and text my name, Clay. Very simple, C-L-A-Y. You see it on the screen right here to 601-800-5130 and schedule your free testosterone screening in Madison, Mississippi at Men's Health in Mississippi today. This picture right here of my before and current should be all you need to see. 3 years ago, last week. Need I say more? Text Clay, 601-800-5130 and meet me at the gym.